A federal judge just dropped the hammer on Trump's immigration policy. And a warning, this is going to get really hot really quick. Welcome to Occupy Democrats, I'm David Reddish. And before we begin, I need to give a special shout out to Mary, who donated to my Ko-Fi so I could get this awesome, sexy, stylish Democratic t-shirt. Check that out. Bleach blonde, bad built, butch body. So many thanks, Mary. If you want to donate to my on-air style needs as well, or just help me pay my rent, follow the link in the description. All right. So, on to this breaking story. Though most of the nation is, understandably, distracted by the budget abomination currently stalled in the House of Representatives, the Taco president has personally been spending most of his week promoting his draconian and Gestapo-like immigration policies. That includes, seriously, opening up a Florida concentration camp for detained immigrants.
Well, detainees could arrive at a new immigration center in South Florida as early as today. That's according to the state's governor, Ron DeSantis. Yesterday, President Trump toured the facility, which the administration is calling Alligator Alcatraz. It's built on an airport in the Florida Everglades, an area known for its treacherous terrain and wildlife. Our Weijia Jiang is in Washington with more on this new detention center. Weijia, thanks for joining us. How does this facility fit into the administration's approach to dealing with immigration?
Good morning, Michael. Good morning to everybody. Well, this facility really encapsulates everything that President Trump and his administration wants to accomplish with regard to illegal immigration. As we heard him on the campaign trail promise that there would be a historic number of mass deportations after he took office. And this is an example of how he wants to do that with 5,000 beds. And it also, Michael, is meant to serve as a deterrent to keep people away from trying to cross the border in the first place. In fact, you can hear the president's own words about how he's thinking about Alligator Alcatraz.
Very soon, this facility will house some of the most menacing migrants, some of the most vicious people on the planet. We're surrounded by miles of treacherous swampland, and the only way out is really deportation.
And so this is the sort of rhetoric that really the president has always used since he jumped into the political fray now 10 years ago. It's a huge topic for him. It's a campaign promise, and he views this as one example of how he is carrying it out.
This is where we are, people. Alligator immigration agents. And already that facility is causing problems and having some serious issues with functionality. See our other videos for more. Of course, one major element of Trump's immigration policy has been his denial of refugee status to immigrants who come to the United States because they fear for their lives and safety in their home nations. The current policy began in the aftermath of World War II and has continued ever since. Trump used executive powers to end the program, claiming that the influx of migrants constituted an invasion. He's also used the invasion lie to justify other legally dubious actions, such as his wanting to end birthright citizenship, or strip citizens of their status, or deploy the military against peaceful protesters. And now, he's hit a major setback. Multiple outlets, including the Raw Story, now report that a U.S. District Court has struck down Trump's executive order, labeling his claims of an invasion as false. U.S. District Judge Randolph Moss wrote, quote, "Nothing in the Immigration and Nationality Act or the Constitution grants the President the sweeping authority asserted in the proclamation and implementing guidance. An appeal to necessity cannot fill that void," end quote. Now, Judge Moss did grant a 2-week automatic stay to allow the administration to appeal his verdict, which it almost certainly will. After all, Trump advisor and Spectrum Nazi Stephen Miller is probably having a panic attack right now, since this will hurt his goal of deporting 3,000 people per day. I'd love to watch that. But more importantly, this is just the latest example of the courts pushing back against Trump's abuse of executive power. And no doubt the president, when he actually responds, will personally attack Judge Moss and call for his impeachment, something he has done in the past that has not endeared him to the courts, and that has actually inspired Supreme Court Justice John Roberts to publicly admonish the president. It's also not clear how, if at all, this will affect Trump's plans to open immigrant concentration camps like Alligator Alcatraz all over the country. I don't know about you, but I think that's a good thing. Concentration camps don't exactly have the best reputation as far as guest accommodations go. You know, I read on Yelp. And perhaps most importantly, If Trump's budget bill fails in the House, it will leave ICE without the funds it needs to continue these widespread mass apprehensions of immigrants. It's all teetering on the brink for Trump, so stay tuned. We'll keep you updated on this story and all others breaking news as it develops. This is Occupy Democrats.